All the processes, all the concepts for the second grading now converge into this topic, into this concern, solving linear equations in one variable. I'm going to share to you right now the next practice exercise of the said lesson. This practice exercise is not yet on the solving process, but we are now talking with a vital part of the process later on. In this practice exercise for lesson number 2, we are talking about determining whether the given value of the variable is a solution or not. This is vital for I say because this will help us be convinced more or be assured more that our processes later on is correct. Determining whether the values of the variable is a solution is a vital part because it is actually the end part of the process. Just like in your elementary years, in solving word problems, you have actually 4 or 5 steps. Number one is you understand the problem by giving the facts and the what is asked, or the giving the facts, what are the given, what is asked. Second, you're going to determine the operation and probably the number sentence. Number three, you're going to apply or solve the problem. And number four, or even the fifth step in your elementary years, regardless on how many steps you are taught with, is always to check back, to look back. In short, checking. This process for practice exercise A in lesson number 2 is actually the checking part. So for number one, two, three, and 4, we are going to determine whether the equations will stay as equation when these values of the variables are substituted per item. I'm just going to make a short disclaimer here. Even though what we are, the process will be very obvious later on. That's the goal is not to predict what happen. The goal is to make sure that both sides of the equations will have the same value. In short, no matter how very obvious the process is, do not stop until you will reach a step that both sides will now be equal. Let's start with number one. So number one, the value for x here intended is -3. Let us determine if this is a solution or not by substituting this value here. Substitution property of equality, or simply evaluating algebraic expressions. Now, this will become 4 times -3 plus 3. Is it equal to 9? Since we are not yet sure, we are going to place question mark, because we are determining. Right? Next, 4 times, you no need to add both sides by something, no need to subtract both sides by something, divides both sides by something, no need to apply more of the properties of equality. Simply simplify one side, simplify the other side, and make sure that both sides are equal. So 4 times -3 is -12 plus 3. Is it equal to 9? -9. Some of you might say, yes, sir. But again, even if it's too obvious, let's not stop there. Let's should continue until both sides are equal, even if it's very obvious. So -12 plus 3 will become -9. The other side will also become -9. As you can see, both sides are now equal. You can now just put a check. And since both sides are now equal, this is your last part of the of determining whether it's solution or not. We can now say that x is equal to 3 is a solution of the given equation. So we can only say it's a solution if we are going to reach point here, this point here, not this area here. Even if it's too obvious, it should reach an equality because we are determining whether it will stay as an equation or not. Let's apply the same thing for number two. For number two, even if the variable is present in both sides, substitute the same value because they have the same value of variable a. And of course, we are dealing with one variable. By the way, even if they are two variables, they have the same variables. That's why they still fall in one variable. To substitute, 3 times 10 minus 12, the equal sign will bear a question mark because we are still on the process of determination. And then you have here 10 plus 8. 3 times 10 is 30 minus 12. The other side will be 18. Again, even if it's too obvious, do not stop there. Need to make sure that both sides are equal, even if it's too obvious. So 30 minus 12 is 18. The other side will also be 18. Now that both sides are equal, let's use the green one. Therefore, you could say, you are now assured that they are equal. You can say that the value of a, which is 10, is a solution of the given equation. Before I will continue to number 3, number 4, let me just differentiate the term solution, meaning the process, and the solution, meaning the value of the variable. When you talk about linear equation in one variable and you're asked about the solution, that this is actually the process. But it's not the same as the solution where meaning you're going to blah 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 doodle scribble some items there, and you say it. That's my solution, sir. The solutions being described by this practice exercise is whether the value of the variable is will satisfy the equation or will retain the equation or not. Let's continue to number 3. In number 3, substitute it here as well. Take note of the signs, be careful. So you have negative 1 plus 4. That's why I'm always suggesting if we're dealing with negative sign, always use parentheses so that you will not have any problem. And then this still contain question mark. Take note that this is negative and m is also a negative value. Take out the signs. And then you have here plus 4. Negative 1 plus 4 is positive 3. In the other side, still question mark. You have double negative property 1 plus 4. So you have 3. The other side will be 5. As you can see, they are not equal. You could use this symbol, then the check one there. Since both sides are not equal, this is the time that you could say that m equal to negative 1 for the given equation is not a solution. Not a solution because it did not satisfy the given equation. It further developed an inequality. Okay. And for the last item, do the same thing. Substitute to the given value of the variable. And you have 5. You have 0 plus 1 is equal or must be equal or is it equal to 0 plus 5. Here, do not distribute. Just simply use PEMDAS or GEMDAS, meaning the grouping symbol must be combined first before multiplication. You may distribute if you want, but it will be easier to do this because 0 plus 1 is just simply 1. And the other side, 0 plus 5 is just 5. Again, regardless of whether it's too obvious, continue until you reach an expression wherein there are no more grouping symbols, no more things to be added. 5 times 1 is 5. The other side is also 5. They are now equal. Therefore, number 4 is the value for x, which is 0 for the equation in number 4, is also a solution. This is how we check whether the given value is a solution or not. This, as I have mentioned earlier, is not yet on what do you call that? Is not yet the part on solving the equation in one variable, but a vital part of it because this will be needed in checking later on. This is how it's done. So we have now learned how to evaluate or whether the given value of the variable is a solution or not. In the next practice exercise, we are now going to solve linear equation in one variable using the properties of equality and adding this process to make sure that the solutions are correct or not. See you soon.